next offseason, New York Rangers Igor Shesterkin will be eligible for a contract extension, and it definitely seems like he is going to get paid. He's going to get a pretty big bag, I'm sure. And a guy to compare him to, I think that has a pretty similar contract and is another elite goaltender. He also plays in New York, who is another Russian, one of his buddies, and that is Ilya Sorokin. I think these guys are going to get a fairly similar contract. Now, obviously, him signing it next offseason, his value might go up a bit more, so maybe he's going to get paid a little more, but I think it's a pretty good kind of base thing to look at for a contract extension for Igor Shesterkin. Now, Ilya Sorokin got an 8-year deal worth $8.25 million per year, and that kicks in 2024-2025, and Igor's contract extension will kick in a year later in 2025-2026. So they're going to be about a year off, and that's why I think Igor's probably going to get paid a little bit more, but they'll probably be fairly similar deals. They're both going to be 8-year deals, obviously. Ilya got an 8-year deal. I am quite sure Igor will get an 8-year deal as well. I think that's a pretty fine thing to do. I mean, an 8-year deal is going to end at around, when he's like 36 at that time. So it's not going to be too bad, but I'm sure he's going to want an 8-year deal, and I'm sure he's going to get it. Now, obviously, you'd probably rather see it be a 6 or 7-year deal, but when negotiating, you're going to have to do that. Otherwise, he'll probably want, an extra $500,000-$600,000 per year on average if you were to go down to a 6-7-year deal. So it's more than likely going to be an 8-year deal, and I'm guessing if you compare it, to Ilya's contract, who has an $8.25 million per year, I'd imagine it's probably going to be, you're looking at $8.75 at the minimum, maybe 9, maybe 9.25, maybe 9.5. I'm not quite sure how much he's going to want. He's going to want to kind of, set the market. I'm not quite sure. If you take a look at some other top guys around the league, not counting Carey Price, because obviously he's not really playing much anymore. You take a look at the next top 3 guys after Carey. You have Sergei Bobrovsky at a 7-year deal worth an average of $10 million per year. So he's obviously getting a pretty big bag. You got the next guy who is Andrei Vasilevsky, 8-year deal at $9.5 million per, and then obviously Sorokin at 8 years, $8.25. So I think he's obviously going to be getting at least $8.5 million. That's probably the exact bare minimum. I can't imagine he'll be getting any less unless he has an absolutely awful year this year, which I highly doubt will happen. But I do think that we're going to have to pay him a crap ton. But will he want, $10 million, 10.25? Well, he's going to want to go above Sergei Bobrovsky for the highest paid active goaltender, or he's going to want to do a little bit more of a team-friendly deal, but still get paid around the low 9s, high 8s. Is that what he's going to want? I'm not quite sure. It's obviously going to be up to him, really, because he's going to get paid no matter what. If he wants 9.5, 9.75, I'm sure the Rangers are going to give it to him, because you can't lose this guy. I mean, he is just such an elite goaltender, and it is hard to find this caliber of goaltenders. There's not many guys. I mean, I think right now there's kind of a pretty clear, top 3 in Vasilevsky, Sorokin, and Shesterkin, and they had the kind of second-tier guys with your Ottinger, your Hellebuck, those kind of guys after that. So I do think that, obviously you need to lock up Igor for long-term, like an 8-year deal, 7-year deal, whatever it is. You got to lock him up long-term. He's going to cost a lot of money. I think if I had to guess right now, kind of projecting out, because the cap's going to go up next offseason and stuff, and you have to kind of worry about that as well. But if I had to guess, it's probably going to be an 8-year deal at, maybe it is 9.5, right? Exactly what Vasilevsky got. Maybe it's going to be 9.75, but I'm going to guess an 8-year deal at 9.75, let's say. Something right around there is probably what he's going to want. Maybe he does want to get that 10 mil mark on an 8-year deal. That's possible. He definitely could be worth that, especially if he has another Vezina caliber year, which I'm kind of projecting he will. I think overall, though, he's going to get paid, obviously. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to get paid. Minimum we're seeing is probably around 8.5, 8.75 on an 8-year deal. And on the high end, you're probably looking at 10.25, 10.5 on an 8-year deal as well. I would say it's some kind of range in there. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be high 9s. So we're looking at 9.5, 9.75 on an 8-year deal. But he's going to get paid, that's for sure. He's a great goaltender. Obviously, already won a Vezina, has really carried this team the other year back in 2021, 2022 to the conference finals against Tampa, where he was an absolutely elite goaltender. He has had an absolutely pretty historic year back in 2021 and 2022, had a .935 save percentage, a 2.07 goals against, won the Vezina that year, had 6 shutouts, was absolutely elite. And in back-to-back years in the playoffs, had a .929 save percentage and a .931. So he is a great goaltender. He is an elite guy, one of the best goalies in the entire NHL, and he's definitely deserving of getting paid. But he will be, about 28 years old next offseason, so we'll have to see what he, how long-term it gets. I'm guessing probably 8 years because why wouldn't he want that? But overall, he's going to get paid, and that is the bottom line. Anyways, guys, though, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have, please smash the like button and definitely comment down below your guys' thoughts on a potential Igor Shesterkin contract extension next offseason. But don't forget, the cap will go up a decent amount next year as well.